right, ladies and gentlemen, really quick, I just want to tell you about one of our fantastic sponsors, and that is Soldier Girl Coffee Company. So if you are watching the video, you can definitely check out the screen share here. I am on our website, and you can go to affiliates, or this will be changing to sponsors soon, and click on Soldier Girl Coffee. As it says on the website, Soldier Girl Coffee is a veteran-owned company. They definitely provide the absolute best coffee I've ever had. It definitely has the pick-me-up that I need in the morning. If we check out her website, of course, down in the right-hand corner, you can definitely chat with her. You can get exclusive discounts she offers to our listeners just by putting your email address in the box on the website. As you can see right here, she has French vanilla cream, 100% Colombian, snickerdoodle Hawaiian hazelnut, and she offers regular as well as CBD-infused coffee. So be sure to go and check out her website. Of course, you can get there by going to our website at businessandbrewshow.com/soldier-girl-coffee, or you can just click the link in the show notes and it'll take you right here. You click on view products and it takes you over to shop around. She even has a little bit of merch. I know when I ordered my bag of Colombian roast, I really enjoy Colombian roast, and she has the best Colombian roast that I have ever had. And of course is a veteran-owned business, but I got a sticker as well as a thank you note. So I really enjoyed that. So now I have my very own Soldier Girl coffee mug that I can drink my Soldier Girl coffee out of. So once again, right now, exclusive discounts just for our listeners. Everybody drinks coffee, whether you're a veteran or a business owner. You're going to need it. You're going to need it for your staff. You're going to need it for your break room. You're going to need it for your house. So go ahead right now, click the link in the description, in the show notes, right here, right now, and go get some Soldier Girl coffee today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am super excited and absolutely have to tell you about a phenomenal way to build your website and keep it up to date. My name is Ryan Smeltz, host of the Business and Brews Show and co-host of Veteran Talk Show. And if you are watching this, I want you to pay close attention to my screen share. This is the website of the Business and Brews Show. And the way I am talking about keeping your website, building it, getting it up to date, and having it managed is by Online Rob. So Rob is absolutely phenomenal. And what I absolutely love about this is he was able to customize the website exactly how I asked him. So as you can see, the homepage has a ton of different pictures from different episodes. Of course, here on the episodes page, you're able to listen on your favorite platform, whether it's iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher Radio Public, iHeartRadio, or Castbox. You can connect with us, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Listen to the 5 most recent episodes right here on the website. And of course, you can find our sponsors such as Soldier Girl Coffee and, of course, Online Rob. So the best thing about this is, as you can see on my screen, if you're watching, Online Rob is a veteran-owned small business. He will design, build, and manage the entire website for you. That comes with free unlimited updates, a domain name, your business email, and a logo if you need it. All included for our listeners is only $2.99 per year. As it says right on the screen, there are absolutely no contracts and no hidden fees. I handed this to him. He had it back within a very short amount of time. And anytime I need an update or have a question, he is there to help out. So I strongly encourage you, once again, for our listeners, you can go to businessandbrewshow.com/online-rob, or you can click on the link in the show notes. If you are not watching the video version, the link is definitely in the show notes. Be sure to check out our website. I'm super happy with his work. I'm really excited that I no longer have to figure out where to get an SSL, how to install it. I don't have to install the pixel for my Facebook ads. I don't have to manage any of the analytical tools such as Google Analytics, and I don't have to figure out how to connect the domain or set up a business email. He handles all of that for me for the low price of $2.99 per year. So once again, for our listeners, Online Rob offering this exclusive deal. Be sure to go check it out. Make sure when you fill out the form, you put that you heard about him from us in the How Did You Hear About Us box. Business and Brews Show or Veteran Talk Show. Of course, you can always use my name, Ryan Smeltz. And no longer, as a business owner, will you have to build and manage your own website. Have Online Rob do it for you. Take advantage of this exclusive deal, only $2.99 per year. Best of all, he can handle everything from, of course, a podcast to an e-commerce site. No matter what kind of business you run, Online Rob can handle it for you. So go right now, click on the link, fill out the form, take advantage of this exclusive offer, and be sure to put the show name in his How Did You Hear About Us box. Now, let's get back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Morning Brews. This is the short segment that is respectful of your time and gives you the kick in the ass you need to get your day started. So sit down, get your cup of coffee, get ready, and welcome to Monday's edition of Morning Brews. My name is Ryan Smeltz, and today what I have for you will be super simple, short, and to the point. Work pays and school doesn't. I have only 2 bullet points for you today. However, they both do have sub-bullet points, so I'm pretty excited about that. Number 1, degrees don't equal knowledge. Number 2, take advantage of your age. Okay, so this is going to be geared a little bit more towards the younger crowd. However, I believe it's applicable across the board from 2 different perspectives. Number 1, degrees don't equal knowledge. We all know we're moving into a time where college and going to universities has a lot less pressure than it used to. And because of that, we understand there are people who have skills and abilities outside of what a school can teach them. So, getting a little bit more specific, we're talking about anything from computer skills to trades, anything working with your hands. Coding is now going to be a blue collar industry. So, these are all things you can learn outside of a formal classroom. So, degrees are not required to get many positions. In today's world, and I believe moving forward, they're going to be required less and less, especially for entry level positions. So where this applies to the younger crowd, obviously, is that you do not have to decide to go to college. Okay. Now, if you have worked really hard on your education and been lucky enough to have it paid for, whether that is from your parents paying for it, or grants, or you join the military and you use the GI Bill, I still strongly encourage you to go ahead and do it. I myself finished my bachelor's degree in business when I got out of the Army. It just didn't make sense to leave something like that on the table when I could go ahead and knock it out. However, I'll tell you, I have used very little of the education that I gained from that degree, because practical experience oftentimes proves more legitimate and useful than book type studies, especially as it relates to business, but in pretty much every other field as well. So for the younger crowd, make sure you weigh your options, take a look at it. And I'm going to get into one reason why you might want to consider not going to school under the second bullet point. However, it does still offer a certain credential or credibility. So if that schooling is being paid for, then definitely go ahead and take advantage of it. So bullet point number 2, take advantage of your age. All right, let's go back for a second, because where it applies to the older crowd is if you're a business owner and you're interviewing individuals. If you have carte blanche over who you hire and you make the final decision, then make sure to assess whether or not that position actually requires a college degree, because someone coming in to the business who has been doing that position for, say, 10 years is going to bring 10 years of experience to the table versus somebody who has a college degree. Okay. Now, I understand, once again, that there are certain certifications and licenses that may be required by law for someone to hold that position. However, if a college degree is not one of them, then we really need to take stock of that and decide whether or not we actually need someone with a degree in that position. I'll tell you, it really depends for me, because if I'm hiring for a position and I decide I want to require a college degree, one of the reasons I may do that is to find someone more like me, someone willing to put in the work and handle something, even though it's not required. At no point in time was I ever required to finish my college degree. I, of course, did it because it was paid for, because I got the GI Bill through the military, but it was also hard work. It took a lot of time. And so that's one way you can kind of see if someone has that work ethic and dedication to see something through to completion, even though they may or may not have the buy-in there. So requiring a degree for a position as an employer is definitely something you should consider, whether or not it's necessary when interviewing for positions. So I did jump ahead a little quick there, but number 2, take advantage of your age. So once again, talking to the younger crowd, if you know what field you want to move into and you know that it requires experience, or the more you learn and the faster you get into it, the better you'll be in the long run, then I strongly encourage you to start working earlier, because number 1, more than likely, you're going to be able to get paid for whatever it is out the gate. So if you're 15, 16 years old in high school and you're able to get a part-time job after school for a few hours on the side or on the weekends or during the summer, then you can go out and start doing work in your field. If you want to be an electrician when you grow up, and that requires a certain number of hours for you to get your license, working under a licensed electrician, then even though you're going to have to do the grunt work, it's better to do that when you're younger. You're in a learning environment with school, so you're going to have a much stronger student mentality than many of the other people looking for a similar position. And if you do have to get paid beans in compared to what a licensed electrician gets paid, then doing it for a couple of years while you're living at home and don't have as many expenses is going to be very advantageous. So by the time you graduate high school, if you do decide to go off and go to college, then you can continue to work for a company in the same field to continue to gather that experience. And if you choose not to go off to college, in many states, 2 years worth of experience in any trade is enough to at least get you up on the first rung of the ladder as it relates to licensing. So, many trades as far as electricians, HVAC, and plumbing start at as much as $20 per hour. And if you come into a company holding a license, you're more than likely going to get offered something more than that. So taking advantage of those last 2 or 3 years of high school to gather your experience and preparation for something like that is definitely advantageous. The same applies, as I said before, with coding. For example, there are no-code solutions out there for apps. If you wanted to start your own business, you could start working on something like that once again while you're still in high school, and then build that experience and build a small client base. So once you graduate, you can hit the ground running. So it's still a skill. Computers are still skilled work. It requires a lot of knowledge and experience, and starting on it early can just help you build that portfolio, not just of work, but of knowledge, experience, and resources as well. So start working early in the field in which you want a career. That's my encouragement to the younger crowd. To the older crowd, I would say at this point, especially if you are a business owner already, then you have knowledge and experience that the younger crowd may want to take advantage of. So seeing these people come in, and I understand for legal and liability purposes, we may not be able to hire someone as young as 16 years old, but definitely taking that into consideration and networking. So if you run, say, an e-commerce business and you get a high school kid coming in there that wants to be in the realm of e-commerce, then instead of just shutting them down, maybe you say, look, for insurance purposes, I can't hire you here. However, I got a buddy that does X, Y, and Z, and I know he might be able to do something for you. So going ahead and making that connection, because at the end of the day, we're all going to need someone to be able to replace us, whether you're like me and scaling a business, or you just want to have somebody take it over and you get to retire. Then you definitely want to be able to train someone up like that and have them take over. So I hope that has provided a little perspective for you. Once again, I am not opposed to college degrees. However, I do believe they serve more purpose when it comes to credentials and basically just kind of having that opportunity to work through something and see it to the finish, even though it may not serve its purpose in the long run. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I appreciate you listening. And stay tuned, because tomorrow we are going to have another episode of Morning Brews. Thank you so much for listening or watching Morning Brews. This, of course, has been the kick in the ass you need to get your day started. My name is Ryan Smelts. I appreciate you tuning in and listening to this. If you've gotten any value from this or any segment on business and brews, be sure to leave us a 5-star review. Tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe and tell them to leave us a 5-star review. Thank you, and shout out to our sponsors, Soldier Girl Coffee and Online Rob. And I will see you on the next